What is going on, Rhode Island? So we have another one, a Toyota Camry, getting the winter special and a tier 2 interior, and it's not really that dirty. It's just kind of a little worn out. Let's take a look. Pretty dirty engine bay, and we got a fair amount of crap kind of embedded in the plastic. The paint is overall in okay condition. It's just dirty. Needs to be washed and clayed. Headlights are a little faded. We'll buff those out, make them look nice and fancy again. They don't even need to be sanded. They just need to be cleaned really well and cut hard and polished. Again, let's take a look at the paint. Overall, it's really not that bad. Just a really good wash and decon, which is what that winter prep is all about. The interior, it's not too bad. Mats are, atypically dirty. We've got a nice dirt line right here, as you can see. We'll take care of that mostly with dry cleaning, believe it or not. There's not a lot of crap or crud. Or the seats are being lightly cleaned. There's not a hell of a lot of stains in the seats. There's some like light water staining and stuff, and some stuff up here. Really not that bad. And if we take a look at the cup holder and stuff, it's very mild, very, very mild. They cleaned everything out for me so I could get the interior cleaned well, and I think they're transferring ownership to a younger person, so they want to make it as clean as possible. The back seat's got some crud from a trip that they recently took, and again, rugs are fairly clean. That's why I didn't suggest a tier 3 interior, because it's just not dirty enough to constitute the extra expenditure. And this isn't so bad. Quick blow and vacuum, that'll be nice and good. And our back mat's a little dirty, but that's why it's there. It protects the trunk from getting filthy. So we're going to get started with cleaning the engine bay, the jams, the gas door, wheels, tires, so on and so forth. That's not too bad, just lightly dirty. And then we'll work on deconning the outside, get this thing ready for a one-step polish with ceramic sealant, do the windows in and out, and then get the interior cleaned. Clean up this battery terminal for them too. That's a little, yeah, that's not great. That's not a good sign. Probably a really old battery. So we'll clean all that acid off, and put some fluid film on there to protect the battery terminals over the winter. Looks good. All right, let's get started. So there's a lot of myths about getting water in the engine bay. For those of you who don't know, your engine is very, very, very much so waterproof, including your ECU connectors. They are all water resistant, waterproof to a degree. And of course, you don't want to be directly putting your nozzle onto the electronics, but it is perfectly safe to wash your engine bay. Please pay attention to what kind of car you're working on, because the older the car is, the more risk there is of getting, debris and water inside connectors that could cause some mechanical, electrical issues. But in all of my years detailing, it has only happened once, and it was on a Gremlin. So, very different car than a newer car like this. All right, so we've washed, deconned, and dried this Camry. Just got done drying it, and it's in great shape. I mean, this is in very, very good shape. This is a very ideal candidate for what we are doing to it today. And I mean, the glass isn't really water spotted. The paint is not horrendously swirled, but again, it's just a one step. It's not going to remove a lot of defects. It'll remove light imperfections, but at the same time, it'll still bring back that gloss and shine, and then leave the paint nice and bare for a good ceramic sealant to bond to. So we're going to pull this in, and we're going to start doing our one step, seal the paint, and then do the interior. I always start on, like the roof, trunk lid, hood first. Give you guys a good idea of what we're looking at for condition. You've got, let's turn the exposure down here. So you can see it's got some, it's really hard on gold paint, but it's got some swirling, swiping, oxidation. And you come over here, and the paint's very clean and clear. None of that weird. As soon as I come over here, you'll see that that weirdness in the paint. See it? Very hard to see because it's gold paint. It reflects a lot of the light. But you can see that, and then you come over here, and it's nice and clean and clear. So that's what the one step will do. It'll kind of just clear up the paint a little bit and make it look just a lot more glossy and presentable. Somehow I lost a bunch of footage, but the car's done. And there wasn't really much involved with the interior. I just did some spot cleaning on the seats, blew out and vacuumed the rugs. Nothing spectacular or amazing, worthy of documenting on camera, because this car is in very good shape. But when my customers bring their cars in, and I do recons, this is how I deliver the car to them. They're on their way here now, and I want to have this all open so that way they can see that everything's clean, the jams are clean, gas door is clean, the interior is clean. They can observe and point out anything they're not happy with or whatever, what have you. This is strictly just so they can inspect the vehicle. And as you can see, everything is in order. Remember the battery being all nasty? That's nice and clean now. And we got the engine cleaned and dressed with a water-based dressing. And our door jambs are nice and clean, and our interior, more importantly, is the way that it should be. Nice and spiffy. The wheels are nice and clean. Water-based dressing on the tires so they don't brown out. Stuff like that. They even will be happy with the paint, because the paint actually came out really, really good. The gloss came back pretty good on pretty much all the panels, but it actually removed a lot of defects, believe it or not, because the paint on this car is surprisingly soft. Usually Toyota paint's a little bit more difficult to work with than what I've experienced with this car. But this is how my winter specials / recons go. It's about 4 to 5 hours of work. So that's it for this one, and the next one we'll be working on is not coming in until next week, and I'm going to be doing a little odd jobs here and there. But overall, very happy with the turnout, and I'm sure the customer will be ecstatic. Thanks for watching.